Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day two, the final day, finals day here at the Great Southern Knockout 2, the Racecourse Hotel in Christchurch. I think we've all had perhaps just a couple of hours sleep, Mike, after a pretty exhausting day yesterday, but we're good to go. Our first match up in a few minutes is going to be Adam Shaw versus Adam Lilly. Mike, so firstly, highlights for you from yesterday after what was a pretty fantastic day of pool.
Maybe getting to bed last night. It was a pretty massive day, but no, I think the highlight for me always with this is just seeing what a crazy crowd we get. I mean, I've been playing pool and doing pool stuff in New Zealand for a long time, and it's, I guess, it's just often associated with pool and snooker as a more quiet, calm, respectful crowd. So, all the things we do is just to really ramp the guys up and get all the music pumping, and just to see a room packed full of people loving the pool just creates a great atmosphere for the players. So I feel like something we've been missing for a long time, and it's fantastic to see. Everyone loves watching it, and the guys love playing in it.
And we talked in yesterday's introduction about what sort of differentiates this from your standard clubs New Zealand tournaments, but I think of the factors we looked at, it's probably the shot clock, in my opinion, that you really noticed. The moment that buzzer started going, players started panicking and having to sort of rush shots. So expect to see that as a huge factor again today.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the other factor we saw a lot yesterday as well was the play conditions with the table and the cloth. I think we saw in almost every match. It just took a little while for the guys to get the hang of it, and it was definitely a case of who picked up the pace quickest made the good start. So we definitely saw that, but the shot clocks as well, and I think especially when you get down to the business end of the match, when it's only a few frames left and quite close, that's when the pressure from the shot clock really ramps it up. So I think with semis and finals today, it's only going to add to that even further.
Absolutely. All right. Well, without any further ado, we'll pass you over to Graham Waddy Watson, who's going to bring out Adam Shaw and Adam Lilly for our first semi-final.
Thanks, Mike and Alex. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here for the second day. It's such a fantastic day of pool yesterday, and like's been said, the crowd support was absolutely awesome. But I know you're not here to listen to me, you're here to see a couple of the... So firstly, we'd like to welcome into the arena Adam, a sure thing, Shaw! Let's go! Whoa! Whoa! And I think it's the first time we've actually had a couple of local boys playing each other, and we're guaranteed to have an Adam to win this match. One of the great attractions from last year. I'd like to welcome into the arena Adam Lightning Lilly! Good luck, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Just about to get this first semi-final underway. Adam Shaw, coming to you first. It looked like a pretty good display against Neil Wally yesterday. Was there anything in your game that you were unhappy with that you're looking to improve upon today, or was it an all-round pretty solid display, you thought?
Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with how I played. There's a few mistakes, but just adapting to the table. Breaks, something I'd like to improve on from yesterday. So, yeah, see how that goes today. Maybe.
Yeah, excellent. And I believe you've got a pretty good record against your opponent with the small white. Does that give you an extra bit of confidence coming into the match?
Yeah, it doesn't do you any harm, but it's it's a new match, so it doesn't mean anything. That's just history. This is a new match, so yeah.
And Adam, coming to you. I mean, as we saw from the final 3 frames against Brent Wells, it was pretty much perfect pool. Is it just a case of more of the same today, or any improvements that you need to make?
Yeah, it'd be nice if it went that way every time, but no, that's the nature of the beast. I was happy to finish the way that I did, showed pretty good bottle, and I never felt nervous at all the whole time yesterday, which was good, and pretty good state of mind, feel really relaxed, so hopefully that brings the best pool out today.
Fantastic. And you often make reference to the curse of the semi, which has afflicted you in the past. You're hoping to get past that today?
Yeah, like I said, it's not really in my head anymore. That kind of stuff doesn't really get to me. I know that I'm in a good headspace. I've worked really hard to get here, and like yesterday, it kind of showed when I needed it. It came. So I think I prepared well, and hopefully, we put on a good show today. I know Adam's very dangerous, and I'm going to have to be on good form. But yeah, I think I've done everything right to get to that stage. So see how it goes.
Fantastic. All right, we'll let the players lag for the break, and I'll pass you over to John, the voice on the cock in the commentary box.
Right, semi-final number 1 of the Great Southern Knockout version 2. Adam Shaw versus Adam Lilly. I am John the voice Saundercock. I will be joined by Michael the coach Hayes, but for the moment it's just me. The best of mornings to you all, or the best of evenings if you're tuning in from the UK. What can I say? What a magnificent day's pool we had yesterday. We had tight finishes, we had ins, we had outs, we had ebbs, we had flows, we had twists, we had turns, we had horrible bloody cliches. Today, however, to coin another one, is a different day, and these 2 players good enough to make it through the quarterfinals yesterday. Adam Shaw beating Neil Wally 13-10, and Adam Lilly besting Brent Wells 13-10. Get to face each other in this particular match, and one point of difference to make is that last year was a race to 15 at this point. This year is a race to 14. So only a difference of 1 frame, but that could be everything when it comes to the business end of the match, especially if it's a very tight one. So at 2 p.m. we are slated to have the second semi-final, that is Baden Jackson versus Simon Singleton, and then penciled in for 7 p.m. the big one, the grand final, and we will find out throughout the course of the day who is the very best cueist in New Zealand, arguably. Who do I think will win this? Team No Life? Well, to be completely honest, I still think it's hard to go past Simon. Just because of how composed he looked yesterday, even though Des was matching him frame for frame in the first half of the match, here you had the intermission where things sometimes do change, and for Simon he was able to find a 6th gear and just power away, but he just knows this situation so well. He's been in so many finals, and he's got the game for the pressure situation. So for me, he's still my pick, but we shall see, because And he's got much the same shot on the 8. This would be to take out the first frame of not only the day but the match. Obviously an Adam Lilly fan. So while Mike goes outside for a dart, well, everyone knows anyway, so Mike goes outside for a quick nervous one. I've been put in charge of the music, so I don't see any death metal here, so I'll have to make do with what's there. Yeah, I do too. Be careful. If you guys have got really good ears, you'll be able to hear Queen in the background. Hard to complain about music when there's Queen playing in the background. So Adam Lilly here, choice here whether to take red and the yellow in the corner that he's looking at is what he's decided on. Also had the one in the middle that he could have chosen, but the yellow there, sorry, the red there next to it, I'd imagine told him, no, don't do that, because then you'd have to put something on the cue ball and then you may lose it. And got the bump, red onto yellow. Now the question is, has he actually made that on or not, or is the red covering? So we've got that camera angle to visit that, and to be completely fair, that doesn't tell us a hell of a lot. The one before was a little better, and just as we switch we see the shot being played, and you can see already with the rack there, and he's pointed to it, the black actually rolled off the rack, if you notice there folks. Hit the outside edge of the shark rack and rolled away from it, so to avoid a recurrence of that, on a real key shot he's asked Steve Denton to remove it. Braden Jackson was, shall we say, a resident referee yesterday when he wasn't playing, so while I'm on that, a big thank you to him for, well, not only watching after his game was finished, but to put the time in to actually referee when needed, so thanks a lot for that, Braden. So with the rack replaced, Adam Shaw can hoe into his work. Might have left himself a little bit straight here, but the little cue ball, as we all know, is amenable to a bit of backspin, so this camera angle will capture the view very well here as to where it goes, and as it turns out he didn't really need to screw that far back at all. May decide to just drop this in pocket weight and sit on one of these two reds below the red that he's playing for. And this looks simple, folks. It looks like you just drop it in and Bob's your uncle, but this is also a test of your killing. And in fact, Adam going for a drag shot there, and he's played that very well. Any sort of shot where you're having to play slow like that is just as much a test of how well you're cueing as if you have to hit it with pace. The reason for that is that your brain going into your arm, the mechanics are slightly different, but the mindset has to remain the same. You have to be thinking of all the little basics, like making sure you cue through the ball, stay down, stay still. Still a job to be done, no matter how hard or how you have to cue the white ball. And Adam there's just left himself off straight on the last red, so this is ideal, you would think. May just decide to come out with a little bit of bottom right for the 8. And couldn't have really placed that any better, so down that goes, and it's one apiece. You know, I could never ever imagine Adam Shaw being a bad boy. He's just too nice a person to be that, but anyway. Just while I'm on that subject, massive thank you does go to Adam Shaw for obviously not just playing in this event. He's put up a lot of his time and money into the game, but another thing he has done is he's put a lot of time into actually organising this event. Be careful with it. It's on resting on the power button. So Corey Reed's just showed up with a sick looking tripod for me to use for my phone. It's a gift, I've been told, so massive thank you to Corey for that, and no doubt I will be using that next chance I get. So my stream on Tuesday night, when I'm doing my interclub stuff, look out for that. But you won't see it, but you'll see a different view of the table, no doubt. So Adam there playing the combination, and I think he had a free shot off the off Adam Shaw's break. I can only imagine the first shot that he played where he didn't put a ball. He had a free shot, and so he made the Reds more on for himself. I was actually momentarily distracted. So Corey's just testing my new toy out. Nice. Is that as far as the legs go? Oh yeah, I'll have to give that a go. The baby-faced assassin. I like that. Wasn't that Michael Owen's nickname? Any of you following football? I know some people call Wayne Rooney the assassin-faced baby because of his poor temper, at least at the start of his career. I know it's off topic, but can anybody confirm or deny that for me? I'm just wondering now what year. Right, just that. Playing across the rack, I wouldn't imagine you'd want that on there. Oh, you're talking about Adam Shaw, are you, DS? Okay. I take it you're tuning in from the UK? Oh, okay. Okay, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's about right, I'd say. You can see on that shot how much the momentum of the cue ball is stopped when you're playing full into a ball. You see how it just kind of killed the momentum of the ball, and momentum in this particular frame now swinging towards Adam Lilley with that miss. So that's an excellent first position from Adam Lilly off the red over the corner pocket. There's a big hole for him here. He doesn't need to use it. Sometimes that can be a wee trap if you've got a ball just off the pocket like that. You think it's not missable, but then you go to and play it poorly and you miss it. So you need to focus on the pot if you're playing those. Yeah, well, the smaller white, well, obviously being smaller than the balls and lighter than the colours, will lose its momentum more quickly if you're playing full into a ball. I don't know what the respective weights are of the balls. Adam Lilly, that's a beautiful, confident pot into the middle pocket, so he leads 2 frames to 1. New York City, DS, I think you guys are 16 hours behind us. If you're 16 hours behind us, that would make it 4:19 PM on Friday afternoon turning evening. Just doing some... No, 6:19, sorry. So it'll be, yeah, Friday 6:19 in the evening. So that's been absolutely pranged by Adam Lilly, but nothing off the break. Stevie D now has to get his delicate little fingers in there to remove the shark rack. Stuff home at some point, eh? I'm gonna drink some of the day then Tim's and Blue's shit. So I don't really give a shit about the bag, there's nothing really valuable inside it. Yeah, do that. There's stuff on the bag that I'll end up using it, and then I'll put this in there as well. Just talking to Greg about something off topic there. Microphones are so good you probably heard everything I said anyway. Greg's just agreed to guard my new tripod with his life, so thank you, Greg. Is it worth your life for a tripod? How much do you value yourself? So Adam Shaw there, trying to stick that red over the bag to impede Adam Lilly's progress here, but there might be a skill shot in the offing here. or failing that, try and hook the yellow out, but he went all around it. Oh, by the way, thanks for tuning in, Roxy. Are you planning on coming down here at any point? I know you were extremely active on... Yeah, I think he was trying to pot the red and the yellow in the corner there. Sorry, in the middle. And he just ended up missing the ball completely and hitting his other yellow. But yeah, it'd be awesome to actually see you here, Roxy. I love how you've been on the stream. See you in person would be pretty awesome as well. Angle there captures the full latitude of this shot. He's managed to avoid the yellow, which was the main thing, and that red that's closest to that corner pocket, bottom right of your screen, now looks on. The question is, does he decide to play it now? And looks like he's not going to, because the yellow prevents him from getting good position on his other reds. Now he's got the opportunity to just flick it in and not contact the yellow. As before, he was running to try to screw back, and he would have screwed it back straight into it. And he's hooked the yellow out with that shot, and that's actually not too bad. He's slightly the wrong side of the red to go into the corner pocket if he wants to roll down for the 8, but maybe cutting into the middle and taking the risk of hitting one of those yellows for position might be the go. And he's overcut it and gone and off, so big chance lost there, and Adam Lilly now hops to the table with a free shot behind the bulk line. Oh, you've got people over, Roxy. Oh, that's alright. You have to do what you have to do. This being your day off work, I suppose you'd want to spend it your way. That's all good. Oh dear. Didn't leave Adam Shaw much, but I don't think he'd be thinking about that. He'd be ruining the missed opportunity. That was wide open for him, and just a wee lazy one there. Adam Shaw looking to go up and back down table for this red. That's not quite what he was after. He has perhaps made it a little harder for those two yellows next to the red, but Adam, if he can hook that red away with one of these shots and still be on a yellow, that looks like what he's looking at here. Either a double or a cut to move it, and he's potted them both, and the red's gone onto the rail, so that's an excellent outcome. So for the first time today, Michael Hayes will join me in the commentary box. Good morning to you.
Good morning, John. Good morning to all our viewers. I've had my breakfast of champions, a coffee and a cigarette, and I'm feeling awake and ready to go now. So, yeah, can't wait to get into another cracking day of action.
But did you eat anything?
I did, actually. I had the big all-day breakfast before that as well. So I'm locked and loaded, fueled up, ready to rock and roll.
Shot. Yes.
Weight perfect on that one.
Yeah, his weight in general has actually been really good. His Adam, well, actually both Adams really. They have gotten out of position a couple of times, but in a general sense, I've adjusted nicely to the table this morning. So Adam Lilly there gets himself 2 frames ahead. He's 3-1 to the good. And now it's time to jump around with House of Pain. Still having issues with flies near the control table. Mikey trying to black flag them.
Got him.
Got the white ball too, unfortunately.
And looks like a pretty open spread, so great opportunity here.
What do you reckon? The Reds actually look really good.
Yeah, I absolutely fancy the Reds. The fact that they're all around the centre of the table means you can keep the white ball nice and tight with all those shots, so absolutely be looking to go Reds here, I think.
Is he going to use his free shot to tie yellow up though? Is that, you reckon, what he's after?
I think he's looking at that.
Using all of the 60 seconds available to him.
I think he's recognised that, yeah, he just needs to... That ball there that he's lining up was potentially the difficult one of the bunch, so get rid of that early.
Just put it near a hole and be on Red's next shot.
Yep, that's the one. Again, he'll look to chip away a couple of those 3 Reds that are near that middle pocket early. You don't want to leave those 3 till last. Often trying to play balls to the same pocket can actually get tricky positionally, so...
Can you please elaborate on what you've written there, Jordan? It must be an inside joke, I don't quite get it.
I know what Jordan's referring to. It's a random little YouTube clip channel that's got these funny little animated videos we have a laugh about. One of the characters, I think, did a "I want to see you be brave." So that's, if you enjoyed that little rendition, Jordan, hope you're watching. It's exactly what Jordan's talking about. Sick animation. We've got someone else out there who actually knows the reference.
Fan, yeah.
Pretty twisted. I'm not going to recommend it on behalf of New Zealand Pool Promotions, but if
Get
you
away from the 8.
Oh, wow.
Oof. The free shot, Nick Flood 12. Yeah, if your opponent fouls, you come to the table with what's called a free shot, and off the break, obviously with an in-off, the white ball goes behind the bulk string. You get 1 free shot where you can play anything you want. You still have to hit a rail, and then your turn proper begins. So what Adam did with his first shot, or his free shot, is he elected to just push a red over a pocket. Oh, that was almost spectacular.
Great effort.
But then with his normal visit to the table, he potted Reds to be on Reds. That's alright, Greg. We managed to cut back to the action in time. And then, yeah, your second visit to the table after the free shot is just normal. But if players in general play foul and there's a free shot, then the next player has the option to pick the cue ball up and place it behind the head string, or leave it from where it lies and take the free shot. So I hope that answers your question, Nick.
You like that one, Geordie boy? It wasn't a bad impersonation, I thought.
It's a 3 laughing, crying face, so it must have been good.
It wasn't bad.
Not bad. I wonder at what point Adam Shaw will be looking at that yellow closest to the red there. Even now, maybe? You've got just off centre on the yellow over the pocket. Would you try it if
I think
it were
he
you?
might look to go 3 rails here and promote it now.
Okay.
So I think he wanted to get underneath it and hit the rail first and pop the yellow out,
And
but unfortunately just got the angle slightly wrong.
Hopawate it.
Just makes things a little bit trickier now. I feel like he's going to have to take the yellow to the middle first and then the next yellow to the corner. So unfortunately I don't think he's going to be able to avoid having to play that one last. Unless he feels like he can play it now and perhaps leave the cue ball in a safe position, we'll have to see. But I suspect he'll go yellow to the centre, yellow to the corner, and be looking to manufacture an angle on that final one next. If he can leave himself slightly off straight, he'll probably actually try and screw back towards that yellow and red and try and develop it. So key shot right here.
Yeah, is he on angle enough is the question. Even if he can cheat the pocket slightly for the shot, or even if he's playing this to leave himself a shot for a safety, maybe. He's got options. It just depends on where he winds up on this last yellow.
I think he'll look to try and screw down the rail and towards the red ideally. Oh no. Safety first.
Ooh.
And that's good actually. He wanted, if anything, to be slightly left of straight on that snooker, just to kind of take away the option of going side rail first into the red. But obviously it's still left him the shot across the table, but with the yellow where it is, if Adam goes for that, he does run the risk of the white getting trapped behind the yellow. So he can't just pot this one. He needs to be careful where the white ends up.
Yeah, not up and down table is not really an option with that same yellow being there. He's going to hurry up. Oh, he got it! Did he get on the black? Yes, he did. Bang, in she goes, and doesn't he just love that? So 4-1 Adam Lilly, this spectacular shot helping him to get there. Then you look at him, even in slow-mo, straight away he knew that was on, and he was down to play it quicker than lightning, and big fist pump at the end. Go get some. Jody Chapman just saying, every time you watch take 5 seconds to like video. Help on cue with YouTube status. Oh, I get what you mean. It's just a message to actually like this video for all the viewers. Okay. So 4-1 Adam Lilly now, and that was a lovely finish. Even though Adam Shaw left him a fairly good snooker, all it takes is one shot. Show on this.
Yeah, just interesting comment there from what was that Team No Life. Nice finish, but should Adam Shaw have attacked the shot before it? And I agree with that as well. Actually, I think that was what I was calling. Was that I think Adam still had the option to sort of screw back and play a attacking shot. And you know, when you're playing against tough opponents and you give them another chance, even if it's safe, you always run the risk of them pulling something off. So I'm definitely a fan when you're playing against top players, is when you've got your opportunity to go for it, because yeah, even if you leave a good safety shot, any chance you give them back at the table is another opportunity.
Jeez, that didn't look like it was planned. Yeah, shaking his head, so it was just poorly cued. This is the frame, I reckon, for Adam Shaw. He's now got all the balls open for him. He just needs to get away to one. That he does. That's a lovely first one. Run into maybe both of these yellows here and promote them if he wants to.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to have been slightly straighter. I think he would have backed himself to just run through a straight and play the one closest to the rail next. But just, I guess, early in the match, very similar to what we saw yesterday, is guys just, the table is very quick and just overrunning shots ever so slightly. So hopefully he can adjust quickly, because Adam Lilly's picked it up very quickly this morning.
Adam Shaw's touch has been slightly on the heavy side if he's been out of position, so maybe just to dial it back slightly with his cueing would be the prudent thing. Just sticking a safety in there, or rather a safety come pot in case he does get the pot and then he's still in on something, but at least the second prize is not too bad.
So I'll be curious, actually, just a question for the viewers. I know Adam Shaw's
Deserves a pause. What a lovely pot.
just to follow up before John cut me off.
Sorry.
It was a good shot, it warranted it. So no, I was wondering if Adam Shaw's got any friends and family out there back home in the UK watching at the moment. I know with the 10 a.m. start here, it's probably 11 p.m. over there, so it might be a little bit on the late side, but be curious if any of you guys are watching from the UK. Give us a shout. Fantastic to have you guys tuning in if you are.
Yeah, always. Or even some of Adam Lilly's extended family back in South Yorkshire. If you guys are watching, then please hit us up. Show your man his support.
Lovely double.
Yeah, Adam Lilly, by the way, some people don't know this, but he was actually born in England himself. Born in South Yorkshire, but he's lived in New Zealand for most of his life. And, well, we call him a Kiwi because he learned to play the game here, as opposed to Adam Shaw, who was born in the UK and learned his trade over there. Not that that's really neither here nor there, but just a little fun fact for you guys.
Cool, so we've got Ryan Mercer here watching from the UK. He used to play pool with Adam, so cheers for tuning in, Ryan.
Yeah, sacrificing your night to watch this is much appreciated. Baden Jackson's wife there. It says Chloe Jackson, but I believe it's Tara posting on Chloe's account, backing Adam Lilly to win this game.
So just curious, Ryan, was that Nine Boy you used to play with Adam? I don't think he was actually playing much 7-foot pool back in the UK, was he?
Just before that, Adam Lilly going for a markers double and stuffing it up by hitting the yellow and splitting them, so great chance here for Adam Shaw to take this frame.
And even though it's early in the match, critical frame already, the difference between going 4-2 and 5-1 here is massive. So, as much as a few frames can be turned around pretty quickly at this level, you never want to let your opponent get too far ahead. So, important that he capitalises on this chance.
Exactly. Get some belief back as well. You might still be feeling good about your game even if you fall one down, but if the scoreboard starts to look lopsided against you, then even that starts to erode. Kieran's lovely. Has he got the run? Has he got the run?
Oh, wow. Yes, he hasn't left this very easy, but I think it won't be too difficult to play safe from here if he wants. Cool, so we've got someone else watching from the UK as well. Old Silver Fox, knows Baden pretty well, from the same town. So, yeah, obviously we've got a few Englishmen in this tournament. So, yeah, we're hoping that just helps us sort of, spread our pool a bit further and wider. And I guess it's a big part of what we're trying to do with New Zealand pool promotions is, just try and
good effort.
try and promote the top level of our game. And I like to think our top guys here aren't sort of too far off that sort of, being able to play a sort of a world-class level. So hopefully we're doing ourselves proud with this event.
Well, what doesn't help on that point, Mike, is that we are quite a few years behind the UK guys in adapting to these rules. But in saying that, we've done a great job to do some catch up on that, and events like this, playing the black ball rules to ready our players for black ball world tournaments, this is magnificent, really.
Yeah, and it was a real big shame with the timing of the lockdown last year and COVID, because so we'd arranged essentially the Black Ball World Champs were going to be in Melbourne in November last year, and so in New Zealand in the 7-foot pool competitive scene, we haven't had any international pool played for literally 15 or 20 years. It's a bit of a joke, really. So that was one of the big opportunities we had last year, was to finally get a team over the Black Ball World Champs. Hence we went for the Black Ball rules here, but unfortunately it fell through.
So Adam Shaw putting Adam Lilly into a partial snooker there, and Lilly just trying to play out of it and leave Adam Shaw as long as he could. Adam Shaw here, if this doesn't go, it does go, but if he doesn't pot it, then he's at least got the safety cushion of not leaving Adam Lilly a shot by design.
Let that white run a little bit far.
I reckon he was thinking about where it was going to end up if he missed it. He didn't want to run it further than that and potentially leave him on.
You know, she kind of jumps back to one of the comments the other guys made earlier, you know, perhaps just, you know, maybe slightly negative. Should he be playing a little bit more positive and backing himself?
Geez, there was nothing negative about that, though. And he might end up with a reasonable result as a result.
You know, I can't help but feel that if he'd played the first yellow a bit more positively and just backed himself to pot it and get position, you know, he could have taken that frame out.
How's your killing? How's your killing? Pretty damn good. So Adam Lightling about to lay the smackdown once again. 5-1 he leads Adam Shaw. Little country grammar in the house for you.
Nelly's back.
Yeet. Yeah, you did right there, Team No Life. That is morning burglary, that. Adam Shaw, he'd be feeling horrible about that for many reasons. One, obviously 4-2 looks a lot better than 5-1 down, but just the way it looked like he meekly surrendered that frame, even though it was a magnificent effort on the black, he still ended up losing the frame because of the shot before that, perhaps not being as positive as he wanted it. Yeah, Jordan Mahi, that's a great call, by the way. All of you who are DMX fans in the chat, just chuck an X up above your head for DMX. Will be missed. Last Friday, unfortunately, he passed away from complications from a heart attack, aged 50. So, wherever he may go, may he rest in peace. Oh, that'll come later on, Jordan, but it will happen.
So yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Secret Loyalty there. I personally feel wrong option from Adam Shaw in that last frame, just a little bit on the defensive conservative side again, and I think that's it at this stage. You've just got to back yourself and play your shots, and yep, you might miss the odd one, but I think, you know, the more you back yourself and take on your shots, the better you'll get into the swing of it, and the more effective you'll be. So I think at this point you can't afford to play too conservatively.
And I actually believe that's the major difference between these two players at the moment, because both of them hit a lovely ball. It's the mindset. Adam Shaw more attacking, more positive than Adam Shaw at the moment. Even though we saw Adam Shaw playing an attacking, positive-minded shot there, but Adam Lilly just seems to have more belief in what he's doing, to have that positive mindset. It speaks volumes if you and your opponent are not that far apart in actually how you're cueing and how it looks to view, but your mindset's completely different, and that could account for those 4 frames that are the difference at the moment.
Happy birthday, Jordan. I actually gave you a shout out yesterday, you probably weren't listening, but happy birthday. Happy birthday again to Brad Campbell for the other day too.
Oh yes, I hope you enjoyed today, Jordan. Hopefully you'll be pumping some DMX loud.
But yeah, and just coming back to some of those shot options, a little bit surprising, you know. I know Adam Shaw pretty well, very good mates here, we play a lot, and yeah, normally he's a very attacking, positive player, so yeah, perhaps just, you know, early-ish in the morning, just maybe a little bit slow to get going, so hopefully he starts to wake up soon and fire up a bit, and yeah, just get into his rhythm and get his flow going. He's just looks a little bit out of sync at the moment.
Oh, that's a fantastic first shot from Adam Shaw, though.
Tony Blair's birthday today too, so happy birthday, Tony. Lots of birthdays this weekend.
Love that, Gary. Pushing down on me, yeah.
Do people really want to keep hearing us attempting to sing like this? I think they do, so we're going to keep doing it, but it's...
Well, if you don't, then tell us, please. We won't take offence at all. Tane Tau, the champion Tane Tau from Dunedin, winning the tournament that was played about 2 months ago, whose name I can't quite remember right now. I played in it and commentated on it. Charter event. Thank you, the Bowie's Graded Classic.
Yeah, okay,
Cheers,
we've got comments flying in, John. Do not butcher Freddie Mercury like that ever again.
I should have prefaced that by saying I'm not Freddie Mercury. No one ever can be, apart from him.
I think that's the risk, you know. There's certain songs that you can do covers of and sing, but then there's certain ones that just shouldn't be touched. And I think the consensus out there sounds like maybe we should leave Queen and Freddie to the professionals.
Or leave Queen to Queen.
Absolutely.
Roxy turned 50 last Saturday as well, she's saying, so I hope you had I saw that on Facebook actually, it looked like you had a mean one, so good on you. It's Roxy being, or the fox as she posts on YouTube is Roxanne Burgess.
Yeah, nice touch there from Adam.
Oh yeah, Gary still wants Lady Mike.
Yeah, you know, I'd kind of hoped that maybe Gary had got that out of his system last night. I thought that little video that she sent him at 2 a.m. might have given him his fix, but seems like he still wants more, so I'm not sure what more we can do at this point. It's a bit early for me for that carry on, I must admit. Great shot from Adam.
He's cued that quite wonderfully because he's always going to come back into the red in some way or form, so to get the power to bust past it, and stop the white ball, yeah boy. So 5-2 now, Adam Lilly leads, but Adam Shaw with that last frame. Best pirate song in the world. Are you talking about the song that he's just playing? Clubfoot by Kasabian?
That is a
Or
good tune.
Under Pressure by Queen? I They're both good tunes. Ooh, get away from it, you dirty perv, Red.
Safety break, eh?
Safety shot to follow a safety break.
7 Seas of Rye. So they might be picking up the perhaps some of the background music in the room. We do have Queen playing in the background, so might actually have to be careful.
Oh, we didn't make a rail. First time we've seen that all weekend. Sorry, Mike. You've got really good ears there, Roxy. I know you're a muso yourself. But even so, there's a bit of noise here, and obviously we're talking over a lot of the music. So Simon to beat Baden Jackson 15-9, Tony reckons. I'll let you in on a little secret, Tony. It's a race to 14, so I'm guessing you meant 14-9. But anyway, there's a prediction coming in early for today's second semi-final. That's Baden Jackson versus Simon Singleton, slated to begin at 2 p.m. today. And I reckon that was all time pressure there, Mike.
Sorry, I just missed that. I've just been jumping away just to sort out a couple of wee music things. I was just wondering perhaps if our sound was coming through a little bit too loud on the stream, which might get us snapped with some copyright stuff. So it's always the fine line we tread. So hopefully no issues. And just again for the viewers, if anybody does have any issues with streams cutting out anywhere for any of those sorts of issues, let us know so that we can sort it out ASAP.
I've just been literally shoulder tapped to take the shot for the table, this being this particular table, which will go to a person who wins the raffle and then plays and pots the money shot to win the raffle, or to win the table. Jesus, that's pressure, isn't it? I'm an okay pool player, but tell you what, that's a bit of a test. There's so much on it.
Yes, so for those out there watching who don't know, we've got a couple of really big spectator giveaways in this tournament, and so we sell tickets to come and watch this event that get you automatic entry for something we call the money shot. So we give away up to $2,000, and for that one it's quite tricky. We have the white in the centre of the D, and we put the black on the centre of the top rail, and so we draw out your ticket number, and if we do, you get to come up into the arena with everyone watching. You've got one chance to make the shot for $500. We also have a second raffle to actually win the table itself, and so for that one it's a slightly easier shot. We just put the black in the centre of the table and you've got the white anywhere behind the line. So for anybody who plays a bit of pool, it should be a very makeable shot, but when you've got a $5,500 pool table on the line and you're in the heat of the arena with a big crowd watching, that shot suddenly gets a lot tougher. So I think I'm in a similar position, John. A couple of people have nominated me to take the shot on their behalf, and I don't think I'd mind taking it for myself if it's me winning or losing the table, but knowing that if you miss the shot, someone else misses out on a $5,500 table,
yeah.
That's pressure.
Who asked me to play the shot? Baz Kroon, I believe, asked me to play the shot. That was the name that was on the raffle ticket. Maybe I should request a short practice on this table when this game finishes. Only so I can actually get how the table plays, even if it is only one shot.
You're not allowed, John. Players only. Very exclusive here.
Not even you, even though you did have a hit on it before.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we run the thing so we can have a hit, but But no, we try and really look after players, keep this table for them only. It's not a free-for-all. These guys pay big money and travel the distance to be here and play in this tournament. So, yeah, we like to keep it nice and exclusive.
Fair enough. Bottom red's on here. It's going to be the one closest to the cue ball that Adam will really need to sort out. Don't think he's ended up straight enough on this, Mike. Would have wanted to be straighter than he is to maybe force into that red.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if he can play it slow enough to just dribble past it, or is he going to play it off the yellow?
He did.
Yeah,
Bit unlucky
nice
with
shot.
where the blacks ended up, but he's left himself the red. He can make position for this black though. I would put good money on the black being a double if this red drops.
Oh, has he underdone it?
Now look at it travel.
Oh,
That's
and
beautiful.
Look at the pace of the table.
That's so good.
I thought he'd hit that a little bit soft off the bat, but geez, it just keeps rolling. And again, another example of just to show that Adam Lilly's picking up the pace of this table very quickly today.
And down the rails. He's always been so good down the rails. Enough. I'm going to be moving that cue ball, so I leave myself a cut instead. And Chloe, the comment you've just made, or sorry, Tara, that makes Baden Jackson's interview with Alex Stone's required listening. That was actually one of the best interviews I've heard with any player, the one that Alex Stone's did with Baden. And Baden was very open and honest about his struggles with depression and that, and helped me to gain more appreciation for him as a person. So any of you who want a little more about Baden or to hear more about his backstory, then please do watch that. Inside New Zealand Pool podcast, and have a look for Baden Jackson's interview with Alex Stones on that. Yeah, fair point there, Secret Loyalty. 'Cause it kind of is like a snooker shot to the middle pocket.
So I'm just going to jump back to the match for a second. So key shot for Adam here. He really needs to develop this yellow that's covered by the red currently. He looks like he's got himself a nice angle to do it. His other two yellows are open, so this is the key shot here. Looks like he's just taken his extensions, so he's recognised this is the one.
We saw that lots yesterday, didn't we? With any time a player had a crucial shot like this, they would very often take their extension for
So
that.
he's going to look to run through with top right, just miss it. Oh, off the red. Nicely done. So he left himself a look on the one down the table. Imagine he wants to play that one to the far corner next.
I'd say that's definitely on. It's a risky shot, that, playing it off the red, because you're having to hit the red in a very specific place for the pot, but played it quite beautifully, and yes, his reward is that
So he's
that
taking
yellow
the,
will take
taking the
about
double
time.
on now, so he's turning down the long pot. And Nah, it's spread wide off the rail. So again, we commented a lot yesterday with this fresh slippery cloth on the cushions that it really makes doubling that little bit trickier, and that's the common thing we see when they play them slow like that, is it just slides that bit wider. So again, you know, I do wonder if you know, perhaps if he was in slightly better form, would he have just taken on the long pot and backed himself? But again, as we've always said, it's much easier from the seats I'm sitting in, and it's always a lot tougher when you're out there.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute pressure cooker out there, whereas in here we're at one atmosphere.
So back to Adam now, and so now he's got this problem with this yellow that we just talked about he could have taken on before. Now it's covered. So again, I can't help but wonder if a slightly more positive shot before might have avoided being in this tighter situation.
Somehow managed to miss that. I think he was trying to cheat the pocket for position on that yellow down table.
And that's it. They're tricky ones because obviously you have to catch it as fine as possible to get the white to naturally travel back down. But obviously if you start and try and nick it too fine, that's when you can miss the pot, and unfortunately that's what's happened there.
Thank you, Jody, for that comment. Yeah, all night shift workers, take my hat off to you. That's not easy to do with how much it messes with your body clock. So
I don't even like working during the day. I can't imagine what it's like working at night.
I've done it before for a very short time. Would not recommend. 0 out of 10.
Hey, we've all got to pay the bills. You got to do what you got to do.
Well, I start at 7:30 in the morning and finish usually around 5. So compared to what you're doing, Jody, my hours are quite cushy. Reckon he's over-cued that?
Yep.
He's hit everything with such
So dangerous
power,
with this,
hasn't he?
dangerous with this one now. Obviously he can take on this red closest to him, but I wonder if he's going to lose the white beyond the red in the corner. It's interesting to see what he does with this. Yep, and that was always the risk, but he's done well to cover the pocket and not sink that ball actually.
I think he knew that in the back of his head, that he was taking a risk with the cue ball, so
Good angle here though
at
for
least
Adam.
make sure you leave it over the bin.
Good angle for Adam Shaw here though. He's got the yellow to the middle and the white is travelling down towards the others. I feel like the natural angle is probably halfway between the yellow and the red, so I'm not sure if he's going to have to... Yeah, he's hit it a bit harder to try and spray the white a bit wider and gotten really unlucky. So nothing quite coming off for Shaw thing at the moment, so he might be starting to hope that the intermission comes around sooner than later. Maybe just go into damage limitation mode between now and then. Then he's got 15 minutes to reassess and perhaps come back and see if he can find some form from there.
Adam Lilly, for a moment, looked like he was going to try to just put the black near the pocket with his free shot. Maybe just... I just play this normally. I wouldn't bother with putting the black near the hole. It's nice and adjacent to the red anyway. He doesn't need to do much. Yeah, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. This now to get to a 7-2 lead. Down she goes, so 7-2 Adam Lilly leads.
So big lead early, ladies and gentlemen, for Adam Lilly, and while he's been playing very tidy, I think more than anything Adam Shaw's probably just played slightly below what he did yesterday, so probably all the onus on him really to just to step it back up a notch and put some pressure on Adam Lilly, because unfortunately for Mr. Shaw, he's just making it a little bit easier for Adam Lilly than he'd like to at the moment.
He's playing too much within himself for me. He needs to actually maybe take a few more calculated risks. For me, he's too circumspect in this match, and the way Adam Lilly's playing is a great example of how to play and attack these rules. So hats off to Adam Lilly, and for Adam Shaw, he's still got time, but he needs to kick into gear very quickly.
So another nice break there. It's got a red potted and the reds look ridiculously open, so I'll be picking a clearance on reds here. Probably pick off those two down the bottom of the table, start with this one to the top left of the screen as we look at. Use the other one with a bit of angle to sort of run back towards the centre. Then you've got 4 reds down this end of the table, all nice and open to run out.
So important that you get nicely on the second of those 2 reds, isn't it?
Interesting. I would have thought he'd take the 2 down the opposite end of the table first, but as we always say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and he's making it trickier.
That's the messiest way to skin a cat.
No, he should have listened to me. He should have listened to me.
That's just blood and fur everywhere, that.
I can't understand that option at all, actually. I have no idea what he's standing to gain from playing that. The only thing I could think maybe is he was a bit concerned that if he went the way I suggested, that perhaps the white was going to run a little bit high off the first red, leaving the second one a little bit tricky. So perhaps he was just a wee bit wary of the pockets playing a bit tight down the rails and just wanted to get into slightly better position for those two.
The best way to counteract that, for me, would be to pot the red on the left, top left of the table, and then come back for the red in the middle, and then you use that for better position on the red top right. That's probably what I would have done, and then track the white naturally down the table for the other 3, and then finish that way.
I just didn't know what he stood to gain from going the way he went about it, but anyway, he's back at the table, and the red's still in prime position, so again, I'll be very surprised if he doesn't capitalise on it the second time round.
Yeah, it's one of those things that happens when you're 7-2 down as well for Adam Shaw. If you're 7-2 up, that yellow drops and you're in with a grin, but the little 5%ers go against you when you're down, so what should have been a pot is instead another chance for Adam Lilly to extend his lead. This requires a bit of magic touch though, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just gotten a little bit wide on this one, so I imagine he might try and screw between the red and the yellow off the top rail and back up.
You see that? Right
Yeah.
as he was about to stroke it, the beep went off.
So second effort.
Off the rail.
Oh, he's cannoned into
Yeah,
it.
well done.
Beautifully
Well
controlled.
played.
Nowhere near as easy as he made that look. Only thing he's just got to watch here is how he's going to get Posy on the black. The yellow just beside the red is kind of blocking the natural line. I think he just needs to stick the Q-tip down into it slightly to open it up, but the fact he's going to be stretching is just going to make it that little bit tougher. So again, just while it looks a straightforward shot, it's still easy enough to get wrong.
Could be on in the middle as well.
I didn't think that was quite on in the middle. So
If it's on in the middle, then
don't even
everything's
worry about
wrong,
it.
isn't it?
I wondered, and again,
Half a pocket.
perhaps on the cloths we normally play on, guys, they've just got slightly more of a nap on them. And I know it's a shot I quite fancy, is when they've only got half a pocket to the middle, you can pretty much aim just outside the sort of far jaw and let the nap sort of shape back into the pocket. But I've noticed when I've tried to play a similar shot on this cloth that the nap just doesn't really do much at all. It just holds its line, so perhaps not quite the best option in the end there.
Get rid of the beep, Omolka Boy says. Well, the beep is actually to remind players that they've only got 10 seconds on the shot clock left, so it's actually something that's built into the system.
Yes, no, it's an essential part. Like the players can't afford to be having to look around over their shoulder constantly at where a clock's at. So just just having the beep in the arena means they can be focused their attention on the table, but still will sit there.
Doesn't want that to drop, and it's just sat there obligingly for him.
So can Adam see this black? Obviously, if he hits it.
No, I don't think so. He's
Rail
come off the
first. You
rail.
just have to be a little bit wary of the white dropping into the middle pocket, though.
Ooh! Wait for it.
Has the
Wait
corner
for it.
open? No.
I love that. Just have a go at it. Get it whacked.
So again, Adam Shaw just has to jump on this opportunity here, and while it's not straightforward with those couple of yellows close together on the rail, he's got a yellow to the middle, in close proximity, that he can use to basically cut that in the middle, drop into those to develop them a wee bit, and he should still have that other yellow more towards the centre of the table available. But geez, he's
snookered
overscrewed
himself
that
on
again.
it. I was just about to say before it happened that that's something he absolutely must not do. So he could play a snooker here, yeah, just where the cursor was.
I think
You guys can't
I
see
think he's
it.
playing the double. I think he's looking to drop the double and stun for his next one. He's got to back himself.
Yeah, well
that's the
played.
shot. And that's it. You know, while Adam could have gone for the snooker, I think that's been to his downfall so far. Is that in those sort of situations, he's taken on the conservative option more often than not. So nice to see him back himself, because for me, Adam's strength is his cueing and his ball striking, and you have to play to your strengths.
Aggressive, obsessive Calvin Klein. I like that. Good little pun on words there, Gary.
I think Gary should be on the commentary. Nah, he'd never stop talking about Lady Mike.
Oh dear, he's gotten a bad rub off that yellow.
Okay, maybe this, as much as I've encouraged him to attack, maybe this is the one to play safe on. Yep,
Yeah, well
that's the
done.
shot.
Discretion being the better part of valour there, Mike.
Absolutely, and definitely I've been obviously advocating so far in this match for Adam to be a little bit more positive, and I'm definitely not saying, you know, he should be attacking everything, and there's always a time and place to play safeties, but I just think when sometimes when you've got a half or a three-quarter chance against good players, you've got to go for your opportunity while you've got it, because you may not get another one. But Adam Lilly's missed that altogether, so he's gives Adam Shaw a free shot, so can afford to use his first shot to develop this yellow and expect him to take this frame out here. Jeez,
Overhit it.
and he's got that one wrong as well. So
He just had to make the rail that, didn't it?
yeah, just really battling with the pace of the table at the moment, and I'm not sure if he can play this slow enough or if he's going to have to travel the table. He's underdone that, has he?
3, no, watch it.
Yeah. Slightly short.
Slightly short, but this is still very makeable, so this will be all about confidence. Every last bit of confidence that you've got, Adam, to make this and get it back to 7-3.
He's shot at him, he needed
Well
that
done.
one.
All for the underdog there, and 7-3 it is. Yeah, that's another thing you could have done, Ben. Yeah, you could have played the black with his free shot and put it over the pocket.
I thought the same actually. I thought he was probably going to play the black, but hey, there was nothing actually wrong with the option he took. It was just the execution.
Yeah, it always looks good back here, doesn't it? But then you go and play it and people slag you for, why'd you do that? Oh, because this is what I was playing for and I got it wrong.
Right, so 7-3 now, and that was really important frame for Adam Shaw. And it's just, again, critical that he gets a frame or two back on the board before the intermission, which isn't too far away now, because you don't want to be coming out with a huge deficit to overcome.
Especially not against a guy who can reel frames off like Adam Lilly can.
Absolutely, and you know, any of these guys, you know, matches like this, it's all about pressure, and you know, everybody's more susceptible to making a mistake when they're under pressure. But if you let any of these guys get a bit of a buffer, 4 or 5 frames, suddenly they can relax and the pressure's off, and that's when they can really hurt you. So very important that you, you know, even if it's not quite coming off for you, that you keep fighting, keep the match as close as possible, because you know, there's still plenty of time for the momentum to turn, but if the deficit's too big to overcome when it turns, then it might be too little too late. So good work for Adam Shaw, just hanging in there now, just try and see if he can peg back another frame or two before the break, and then, you know, they'll have time to reset, and perhaps he can come out in the second session and hit some form.
There's something that we saw with Adam Lilly's game against Brent Wells is that when Brent started to put a wee bit of pressure on him, he showed a few cracks, started to play a few loose shots, or let his cue ball go too much, and that's what Adam Shaw will be hoping for here, although he's missed that. But if he can get a couple of frames on it, reduce that deficit to maybe 1 or 2 frames, and then Adam Lilly will then feel under pressure like he's behind, and you might see a few more loose shots out of him.
Yeah, another surprising miss on that last one from Adam Shaw. He had a great opportunity and just missed his pot, so definitely looks like he's battling a little bit at the moment. But again, long way to go, and the key is when you're battling is just to grind it out, hang in there, and there's a long way to go, and sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 sort of really good shots to get your confidence back up and get you back going.
What would annoy him the most about this, especially if he loses this frame, is how meek the surrender looked. That instead of you potting everything and maybe missing the black to give the frame away, you missed your first or your second ball and never really gave yourself a chance to get into the frame. It's almost like, well, what was even the point? But has to get that thought out of his head now. The frame isn't over. Yellow to the corner, you reckon? The one closest to the 8? Looks like it goes in the corner past the red there, top left.
Yeah, if it does, that'll be the shot that opens up the frame.
Middle.
To the middle, but losing the cue ball, that's made things tougher. But I mean, as we all know, Adam Lilly can pop them in from anywhere, so tough shot, but very makeable still.
He'll be super aggressive with this too. I will not be taking any prisoners. Oh, yes.
Where's the cue ball going though?
Position doesn't look like it.
No.
No.
So great pot, but probably for nothing this time around. Still feels good though, and there's sort of shots that, okay, you know, it might not have won in the frame, but when you're making balls like that, it still gives you confidence because you know that, you know, when you do have to make that big pot under pressure, you can do it.
Trying for the yellow in the middle and coming up short, so here we go now for Adam Shaw. Needs this frame, I'd say. And we didn't make a
gone
pot,
off the ball at the moment,
but at the very least he did get a snooker, and I don't know how much confidence that'll give him, knowing that, yeah, he missed the pot but got a little bit of fortune going his way.
I don't think that'll give him any comfort, but to be honest, I mean, that pot there is, you know, should be making that pot, you know, 10 times out of 10 really, so it's a bit of a surprising miss. And yeah, you might have played it as a two-way shot, knowing that if he missed it, he would have the cover, but again, I just think that's a bit negative at the moment. And the shot he had, you know, he should be playing to clear that table every single time.
Well, it's his nature, isn't it, to just clear the table when he gets to it, and
just say his
when
nature
you don't,
is, you know, is, you know, I think he's a pretty well-rounded player, but
no, you don't want that to go.
Good opportunity.
He didn't want that red to go. Was that the second one that he potted was a good one to perhaps play a combination to, and now he's taken that option away from himself. Oh, I like this. He's having a go. Could even be a triple on here. That's miles away. I know it looked close, but proximity of the pocket for the double, that was actually a fair distance away from the pot. More than a heather. And more than a Adam Lilly. 8 frames to 3, and doesn't he enjoy it? So I do believe after this next frame there will be an intermission, is that right, Mike?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Who makes the shirts for the players? Michael, I believe this is yours.
Yes, we're very lucky that Daryl's wife, Sue Chambers, she's a graphic designer, so fantastic asset to have in the team. You know, not just the shirts, but she designs all of our posters and all of our images for all our media and everything. And it's you know, it's a huge point that, you know, really allows us to kind of you know, stand out from the crowd and look a lot more professional with everything we're doing. So huge thanks to Sue for all her work. I think we all agree that the shirts look fantastic, along with a lot of the other posters and the media we do. My personal favourite is the one she's made with the 8 players and their names and the match times, just the black and white images of the players. It's just the sort of thing, you know, it's easy to see a poster with the information, but when you see the actual faces of the guys who are going to be playing and just the way it all comes together, yeah, it looks fantastic and really sells it. So yeah, big thank you from me to Sue for all her work.
Oh yeah, 100% and more. Everything just looks so professional. And see one of the very best snooker players in the country, Kunwardeep Singh, better known as KD Singh, has just made a comment. Backing Adam Lilly, your boy is doing really well at the moment, KD. Who won Simon's game, asks John Pitcorn. Simon did. He beat Des Wilcox 13 frames to 8. After being 7-6 down at the intermission, he found his purpose and managed to run away with it in the end. And Team No Life saying that Adam Shaw's lost the plot. I wouldn't quite say he's lost the plot, but he perhaps needs to find a new plot. And the intermission, I do believe, will favour Adam Shaw, no doubt. Generally the person who's behind and struggling will benefit from a break in play more than the player who's ahead.
Yeah, and I think you can see it in his body language this last frame or two. He's just, you can tell he's just starting to, that frustration starting to show. So you're right, this intermission will be invaluable for him.
Oh, that's beautiful. This is both yellows and he's out for the black. Could be a double or a cut here, Mike. What do you reckon?
Double all day.
Boom. No doubt about it. No doubt about Adam Lilly at the moment being your favourite. He's 9-3 ahead. We will head to an intermission. See you back in 15 minutes, folks.
So we've got a couple of different prizes. We've got some on-cue t-shirts, and then we've got 3 sizes in here you can choose from. You can tell my voice is going. If one of them doesn't fit, give us a yell, we'll find one for you. So we'll get underway with that. How long is it going to take, you reckon? Do you want me to guess how long it'll take us to get someone?
4 draws.
4 draws. Right, 2, 7, 6. It's all these high numbers.
First draw.
Righto, second draw. We've never had it so fast.
31.
31. I'll sold that to someone. I'm serious.
Every time.
Every time. Every number between 1 and 50 I sold. Well done. No 31.
30.
we're just about to resume play, folks, after a short break for the players. Jamie Reid Farlane, what is the score? Adam Lilly currently leads Adam Shaw 9 frames to 3, that's the score. And we were talking before the break about how much the intermission could very well help out at Adam Shaw. He certainly needs something. He's not been playing as well as we know he can. The fight's been there, but the shots haven't been, so we will find out in a few minutes whether he can pick it up.
So put your hands together for Short Thing and Lightning Lee. Woo!
So here we go, session number 2, semi-final number 1. Adam Shaw to break the 13th frame, trailing 3 frames to 9. Oh, definitely. And already Adam looking to be aggressive. That first shot there, beautiful strike to get down the other end of the table and trying to hoe into these reds that are all stuck. He's trying to make some shots out of them here. He's actually put that red in a good position near that middle pocket there to maybe give himself half a chance at opening some more of them up. Thank you very much, Ronnie. Oh, the yellow got in the way, so he's a bit unlucky there for that vote of confidence. Also give Michael Hayes a shout out as well for the wonderful job he's been doing as my co-pilot for many of these games.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Does indeed. And whilst that red all the way in the middle of the yellow C was actually open, I think Adam there playing the right shot and just saying to Adam Shaw, well, you've got a few open here, but you can't win the game without potting the black. So I'm just going to make sure that you don't have anything to go for early for a frame. Looking to re-caffeinate myself. Nothing wrong with a fair bit of caffeine in the morning, is there?
Oh, it's essential. Especially with the big shift the team's putting in here. Long days in the control table, so caffeine essential.
Yeah, you might think of it as just sitting down behind a microphone all day and speaking about pool, but your mind still has to be switched on to what you're doing. So to keep your mind sharp, you need to make sure that you're eating and drinking regularly, and that is something I say the same for pool players. Keep your hydration levels up, stay
That's a good shot.
eating, make sure that you're rested in body and mind.
So the beauty of that shot he's just played is he hasn't just got the red over towards that corner. The fact he's managed to slot it between the black and the red means the red previously that was under the black was a little bit hard to get at, but now he's got a nice combination he can play to sort of clear that pocket when he gets back down to it. So it'll be a tough frame for Adam Shaw to sort of get back into from here, but he's definitely good with the patience, and he'll happily keep chipping away and keeping it tight and waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, and this is one thing that Adam Shaw, as much as he's a more positive player, or at least he generally is, he's also good at recognising when not to do it. And
look at that straight away, and
yeah,
by playing safe and keeping it tight, he's forced the error, and he's given himself the free shot with a chance to open up. So again, just a great example where you might not be in the best position, but if you can just be patient, hang in there, keep it tight, and try and force your opponent to make a mistake, that's often the way to get back into the game, rather than trying to force the issue and play a whole bunch of massive shots.
Well,
so not a bad shot, and he's got the blackout, but unfortunately, the red over the corner hasn't dropped, which he was looking for. So a wee bit unfortunate there. You would have thought that all you had to do was really hit those, and that red in the corner would drop. So
he's still got half a chance, I reckon. He's just off angle enough if he can put a bit of bottom right on this and just coast over to that yellow that's covered.
Weekly, I was going to say, he was probably looking for the skill shot, and that's the other thing you always remember in these rules, is that even though that red's over the corner, if Adam can pop one of his and send the white down into that and clear the pocket, he can carry on. So he's gone for it there, but unfortunately just got it slightly wrong. So he'll probably be looking to double this inside the black and cover the pocket. If he pots it, he should be in position to take on the next yellow back to that same corner. So key shot here.
Agreed. Does he have the pace?
Get there.
No, he doesn't. He's about a roll short. The direction was certainly there, though. Just the pace was lacking on that occasion.
Still a positive sign. So I saw Adam Shaw play a few doubles in the first half of the match where he just wasn't quite judging them right off the rails, but he's got that one spot on. But nice shot from Adam Lilly there. I did wonder if those two reds, both being sort of at that end of the table, might be tricky, but he screwed over and controlled that nicely. So just needs another good positional shot here, and if he can give himself a good look at the final red. Oh, beautifully
between the yellows. That's beautiful.
Only issue here for Adam might be that the yellow's where he wants to put his left hand in here. We can see the long bridge, so suddenly just makes the pot a little bit tougher with that long bridge, but no problems at all.
Yeah, this is very much picking up from where he left off, isn't it? This black pendant, Mike. No issues, absolutely no issues. So first frame after the resumption is Adam Lilly's. He now moves into double figures, 10-3 ahead.
So yeah, just a bit unfortunate, you know. I know I said Adam Shaw has been very keen to get a frame back on the board there, but just with the way the balls went straight off the break, Adam Lilly always had a big upper hand, so
So it's a dry break from the look of it from Adam Lilly, so immediately a bit of respite there for Adam Shaw. Give him opportunities to work into these frames. He had one in that last frame and went the right way about winning the frame for me. He certainly came out with a clear plan in mind as to what he wanted to do, but it was just his execution that let him down. It's the same with that shot. Had the right idea, trying to tie Adam Lilly up, but got the shot wrong, unfortunately, so Adam's been left off the hook here. Trying to promote the black and couldn't do it very well, but still got a few options here, does Adam Lilly. He could even try to promote the black again with this shot. He's of course got to be worried about the red down the other end of the table that's blocked by the yellow. May even left himself half a shot on here to get rid of it. This is quite a tough shot, mind, if he can perhaps even squeeze this red in that he's close to, and with the side perhaps play a skill shot, but well, that's even better.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, that's even better. What a shot that is.
Tougher and tougher for Adam Shaw and easier for Adam Lilly here. And we talked about before, it's often a game of pressure when you've got two sort of top evenly matched players. It's sort of whoever can kind of take the pressure off themselves and put pressure on their opponent, it often swings the results. If the gap was opening up, Adam Lilly's able to just relax and not really worry, whereas Adam Shaw now, every time he comes to the table, he's going to be thinking that he has to capitalise. So just getting tougher and tougher the more this margin opens up, and Adam Lilly with a great chance to extend the lead further here. He is going to need a good double on the black, but the way he's hitting them at the moment, you'd expect him to make it.
I don't think he'd even be worried about leaving a double. He just wanted to make sure he leaves himself a good double, which he has. It's off angle, so all he's got to do is line it up and slot it. And no problems at all. Nothing but centre of the cup. And Adam Lilly leads now 11 frames to 3. Adam Shaw's looking, I must say, even more despondent now.
It's so tough to keep yourself positive at this point, you know. I mean, Adam Shaw, he'll know that he's capable of rattling several frames off when he gets a bit of momentum, but he'll equally be well aware that with Adam Lilly getting this close to the hill now, I guess Adam Shaw will know that, yeah, he can win a bunch of frames still, but he'll know that it's going to be very difficult to stop Adam Lilly getting the handful of frames more that he needs.
Well, his time's running out, isn't it? Very quickly for him. Net's starting to close in, so needs something special here. And I did say after the intermission he needs to be the first to strike. Well, he hasn't been, so it's even harder now.
Yeah, the break's just
and
not
harder,
quite
even
either,
harder there. Well, no, Adam Lilly dry broke in the last rack, and the fact that Adam Shaw couldn't then fully capitalise on that and make that frame out of it, that would have hurt even more. And now Adam Lilly, this is not an easy shot, mind, but he's playing with such confidence you wouldn't expect him to miss it. And he doesn't, and he's well onto everything again, so this is trouble.
Trouble at the old mill.
Secret Loyalty reckons that Adam Shaw should just go all out from here. I'm slowly beginning to agree with that. I said to somebody who asked me that question off air before, not so much that he should do that now, the score being 9-3 at that point, but I think that desperation starts to creep in. You really have to just kind of throw the caution to the wind somewhat.
Well, that's it, and I think at this point, you know, your only chance of getting a result out of here is just to go on absolute tear, just potting and clearing everything. So I expect as well that we'll probably see from Adam Shaw, you know, in the remainder of this match. I think he's just going to, I imagine he'll probably just start attacking. You know, not that he's not attacking already, but
with more intent.
Yeah.
Murderous intent. He starts to get that red in his eyes. Does he get pause? Does he get pause? Oh, take me, please. Black looks on past the yellow in the bottom right corner pocket here, Mike. This could be, assuming this drops, could be two away from the hill here.
Yeah, he's just going from strength to strength. Like we say, like all the pressure is off Adam Lilly now, so he can just relax and do what he does best.
Oh, he didn't make it
he's
though.
relaxed too much. I've put the curse on him, so good to see the commentator's curse is still working.
Yeah, good on you, Mike. Also, the way he was bridging that, he was wanting to make sure that he didn't cut the yellow top left of the table with his hand, and maybe that awkward bridging didn't help.
Oh, it never helps. It's, especially when you've got a long pot, that's when you always want to just be able to get a good arm and hand on the table and just set with a pretty standard bridge, so it just makes it that little bit tougher.
So he's got a good angle here to come back down table. I reckon that yellow that he's pointing at, the one closest to that middle pocket at the top of your screen, that's the next one for mine. Get that, nudge the black out of the way, make it all on. Overcued it, but that's okay. At least he's got respite from the yellow far down that end. It's a nudge. Still got a yellow on. Not what he wanted, but it's still okay.
It's opened those two yellows up nicely, so he just needs to cue one well here. Probably play it to the bottom corner and just a gentle draw back slightly, and it should be away. Just got to cue this one nicely.
Is he going for the middle? Is he going for the corner? No, he's going for the corner. Well
He's
called.
played it perfectly. Nice shot from Adam.
It's probably a more attractive shot going for the corner with a small white ball as well, isn't it? Rather than cutting it in the middle, because of the fact that it kills more with the colours being bigger. This is a nice little run out here. Let's see if he can cap it off. Yeah, yes, he can. So, first frame for about the last 7 of them, I reckon. Now 11-4. What a great song to play as well after that.
I thought it was quite appropriate. Don't stop believing, Adam Shaw.
I can see who you want to win.
What's that, sorry?
I can see who you want to win. You've shown your colours there, haven't you?
To be honest, either of these guys, I try and remain as neutral as possible since we're organising this, but there's no denying, these two guys here, both from Christchurch, I play with them both a lot, both good mates, so if I wanted to pick anyone to do well in this tournament, it'd be one of my Adams.
Well, they play pairs together quite a lot, so they're really good mates themselves, and whoever wins will not, or whoever loses would never begrudge the person who wins. And such is the camaraderie of everyone who plays in this event that you get that no matter who's playing each other. And it's lovely to watch. Just the sportsmanship on display here has been fantastic, really.
I'll tell you what, guys, it might be easy to kind of think this match looks pretty well over and Adam Lilly should win it, but I'll just ask you to throw your minds back to last year's event. And John, can you remember what the deficit was? Adam Lilly was behind Des Wilcox and he managed to pull it back to pretty much all square.
I think Adam Lilly was 14-5 down in a race to 15, and then Adam Lilly managed to get it all the way back to 14-13.
Exactly. So while it seems unrealistic, it's absolutely possible, and we saw it happen last year. So there's absolutely no reason why Adam Shaw can't. The more frames he gets, the more confidence he'll get, and all of a sudden, if Adam Lilly goes a few frames without getting a point on the board, he'll start second guessing himself. So not over yet.
Comebacks are real, folks. Dreams are do become reality on occasion. You just have to will it to make it happen and then execute it when it comes. The Great Northern Knockout and make it the Great New Zealand Knockout. I like that. Somebody needs to make it happen in the North Island first. You reckon?
Well, the only thing for us, John, is that, you know, to do something of the level we're trying to do is a massive amount of work. Like, I'm not lying when I say that, you know, we start planning this event 9 months out, and we spend 3/4 of the year sort of chipping away at these things, slowly building towards this. And the only issue is if we ourselves try and do more events, you know, it just makes it harder to deliver the same quality. So for us, what we're doing currently, we just want to do one event per year and just absolutely hit it out the park. But what we hope is that by setting this up and doing this, that we show people that, you know, you don't just have to sit around and wait for, you know, for your clubs to organise a tournament or anything like that. Anybody out there who enjoys pool can set up a tournament. And as we've shown, all you need is one pool table, and, you know, if you're motivated to do so and have got a good crew of people, you can make a bloody good pool tournament anywhere. So, hey, you know, if there's plenty of people out there who like this idea and would love to see something similar elsewhere. So, yeah, my advice would just be get out there and do it, make it happen.
Yeah, and what this event shows is that, exactly as you said, it doesn't really take you much to build this. Obviously a lot of time goes into it, but you don't need a lot of ingredients to really start with, but obviously it gets harder as you go. But once you really get going, it's hard to stop when you're organising these things. Everything starts to click into place, and if somebody else wants to make an event like this, then I suppose what Mike was saying is you're welcome to do it. Anything that ends up being anywhere near as good as this will become a favourite and will be played again. So definitely, if you've got the heart and the drive and a good team around you, then give it a go. I'd love to see more events like this on a calendar. Just, if you're going to do it, make it a good one.
It was a nice shot from Adam there. It's always difficult when you're bridging up over a ball, and especially with the small white, and he still managed to hit that very cleanly.
And it says a lot about the stability of your bridge too, if you can jack it up high like that and still get a decent contact.
What's that?
On the cue ball. Obviously your bridge needs to stay stable, and because you're cueing at a height, you still need to have the good sound mechanics to make the shot as close to your normal shot as possible.
It's a great chance here for Adam Shaw to peg back another frame. 4 yellows, all in the open. Just really needs to really play this one slow to hold for the next yellow across the table. Yep,
Did
nicely
that drift?
done.
Do you reckon that drifted in slightly?
Might have caught a hint of the nap. It's hard to know from that angle. It's obviously I sort of dead straight down the line of the shot, but done just enough. So again, it'll just be wanting to play this one as slow as possible to hold the white.
Walking
Nicely
pace
done.
again.
He's got a nice straight yellow to the far corner to leave himself a yellow to the middle. So Adam Shaw just starting to get a little bit of momentum back, perhaps.
Oh,
Cursed him again.
Just as he's done that. That was certainly not a sure thing, Mike. He needed to wait until he potted it.
To be honest, normally...
and Adam's missed as well.
Wow. I've got the yips.
Does happen. This would be a hell of a cut.
This would be outrageous.
I think he's gotten to the point where outrageous becomes the norm, though.
Well, that's it. I think at this point you've got to go for it.
Do you even slice that yellow in that's by the black?
I think he would
Same
be looking
pocket.
at that.
Same pocket as the yellow that's near the hole. Had a go at it. Is he going to get lucky? Yes, he will.
And look at this. Wow.
And what's more, look at the position. Fortune does favour the brave.
Bit of luck when you need it.
And that's what you get when you go for your shots. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it's a bit lucky, yeah, but you played for it. You played You played for a result, you got it.
Play a positive shot, you give yourself a chance of something getting lucky. If you,
Didn't snooker himself, did he? Yeah, dead on.
it was a difficult one to judge that. Always tricky when you're contacting both balls to judge the second contact, and unfortunately he's just got that one slightly wrong.
Gee, is that not moving the goalposts or what?
How's this one? Big shot here. Oh, and he
Can't
hasn't
even make
made it.
contact. That sucks, man. That really sucks. It just does, because you would feel so deflated after you. I mean, yeah, you got lucky, but then you played a nice shot after that and snookered yourself on the break. You'd feel like absolute crap.
I think though in this frame, you know, he had brought it back to probably the visit before where he had two balls left. He just had a nice straight yellow. Yeah, it was long. All he had to do was pop that, and he had one yellow left to the middle, and unfortunately he jawed it in the corner, and probably just summed up his day. Really, he's just missed too many pots.
Well, the thing is that, yeah, post-mortems are for coroners, but as much as that's true, you still look back at a game, and if a frame goes wrong on someone, then you go to look at where it went wrong. And it's easy for us to do it because we can watch it back. And players have really good memories, and they can tell you where something's gone wrong, where they've lost a frame. And the challenge for them, not so much for us, is to forget about that and focus on the next one. Well, Mocha Boy, I think you're bang on there. I think he's gotten into his own head. And Adam Lilly there mops it up, so that's going to sting Adam Shaw, and now Lightning's up 12 frames to 4. Shaw getting closer to the executioner's scaffold here. Looking for a last minute reprieve.
The break's still not coming off. It must be hard. I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, you know, make those comments, oh, he might be his own worst enemy or whatever, but you know, when you're playing a top player and, you know, you're 7 or 8 frames down and little things aren't coming off for you, it's very, very difficult to stay positive and keep doing your best. It's much easier said than done.
You're wondering where the next one's coming from, don't you? You forget what it's like to win a frame almost.
And as well, it's equally, I think, just knowing that you know that you don't just need a frame or 2, you need a frame or 7, and that's a much tougher ask.
Need a whole swag of them, eh? That's not gone in, but that's a real pain where it's ended up. So that'll sting as well for Adam Shaw, knowing that he's got a shot, but almost despondency, the fact that the red's blocking a vital pocket.
Yeah, and the yellows look really ugly from here now. He really could have used that pocket for several of his balls, and it's not really available, so...
Snooker. I reckon he's trying to play for snooker here. No, he was originally looking at the yellow to the left of that. I thought he might try and drop in behind the other one.
What he's going to have to do is try and force the skill shot at some point.
Now, get something out, get it whacked.
That's it. He's given it a crack, and that's pretty much all he can do from there. Is he knows he had to disturb things at that end of the table, so...
He's given himself another shot here. That yellow next to the red on the right-hand side of the table near the middle pocket now goes in off that red, so he's actually manufactured a shot out of that.
Yeah, that's it. He's improved the situation, and while that corner is still covered, the yellows are slightly easier than they were.
That's a lovely weight too.
Yeah,
Adam really tapping the table to say well played. So he has at least got the black covered, and even that little bit of pressure may just tell in the frame. Let's find out. With the black out, oh, might not have wanted that to go though.
No, I'm not sure he would have.
Can you see that red near the black spot? That's the key for me, because he won't want to play the one near the yellow. You can see it. You can definitely see it.
So whether he can do anything with it though.
Yeah, I think that's the right shot. Just don't try to do much with it. Just keep in control somewhat.
I always wonder, can Adam play this long yellow to the top corner and potentially draw the white back between the red and the yellow towards that bottom corner, but he might be cutting this in early.
Woo. Woo.
Wow, it's just kept rolling.
It did, didn't it?
Because I think he would have, if he'd just sat in sort of a little bit further back, I think he would have been able to chip that yellow out and leave the white in a position where Adam Lilly wouldn't have had a shot. So it would have been a good chance to sort of promote his ball and keep Adam Lilly tied up. But I think he's going to be forced into going for it now.
Yeah, I think he's taken his safety option away there, hasn't he?
So I wonder if he's got the similar shot here, if he can take this long one onto the corner. No, maybe he doesn't quite have the angle to draw back onto them.
Off the rail, off the back of the red.
I think that is
That's
the shot here.
Risky as hell, but
All
that's
about
the shot.
weight. All about the weight.
Oh no, he's going to try to replace it.
Oh,
Didn't want it to
nicely
drop
done.
and it hasn't. That's very well played. And
Unfortunately, with the black now being further out
Yeah.
from the rail, that cover's not quite as definitive, but it definitely makes the finish a lot tougher for Adam Lilly, especially factoring in that Adam's got a red covered by the yellow and no other red's close to it. And wow, Adam Lilly is just starting to miss a few more pots at the moment too. And I know
oh,
sometimes,
he got lucky though. Look at where the reds ended up that he missed.
sometimes when you've got that big lead, it can be kind of hard to maintain your focus. I think if I think back to last year's event, the biggest lead we saw was Simon Singleton opening up over Brent Wells, and we did see Simon maybe just take the foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, and I wonder if that's just happening a little bit with Adam Lilly now. How's the cue ball?
Oh, he nearly fluked it on the second go.
And see, he was trying to get that white travelling round to open up the final yellow and red as well, so a valiant effort, but just didn't quite come off.
Adam Lilly's still got that same problem though with that red being there. So Shaw's still got some time. Adam, yeah, starting to finish these off, or at least it looks like, but there's not really much there for him to do with that red that's tied up. I'd say that he pots this and then perhaps plays this red on the rail towards those two bulls and puts the pressure on Adam Shaw that way.
How's it looking?
Oh, inside it. Inside it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's even
Great
better. What a
result.
shot that is.
Very good shot.
Get that into you.
Adam Shaw makes this with a bit of sort of top side. That'll cause that white to really hold and go very sideways. He might be able to skill shot that red in, or at least flick the yellow out. So I think we'll see him go quite hard at this one.
Yeah. I'm actually excited about this.
It's often with the small white and the quick table, you've kind of got to play within yourself and really float things around the table a bit more. So I must admit my eyes light up when I see a chance to actually really get into the ball.
No, I didn't bite.
So I think what he tried
Didn't
to do
bite.
with that one was go with bottom to try and screw it sideways, and so I almost wonder if you can kind of get that effect with the top spin where it kind of resists it coming back and sort of squares it up. But a couple of different ways to go about it. We're looking here if we can maybe get through with some top spin and get his way down to the bottom rail, just at least manufacture the angle for a double.
I think that's the way. That's the way. He's cued that really well too. He's got the double either way here, but I think he'll be going for the corner pocket. He certainly is on past that red. This is the shot.
Big shot here.
No, but he has at least put it over the bag. That's beautifully weighted. He might still get another chance at this.
Yes, so just a rule clarification there. In black ball rules, as long as you hit your ball first and pot your ball, it doesn't matter if you pot an opponent's ball after that, you can carry on. But so that's what's called a skill shot, but it's real risk reward, because if you go for that shot, draw yours and pot your opponent's, then it becomes a foul. So you've really got to weigh up the risk reward when you take that on. So chance for Adam Lilly to go twice up and down the table here. So a little bit light.
Hasn't hit it. He hasn't hit it. This is
Giving
still
himself
on
a
though.
shot though. So big pot here, just needs to take his time, cue it well. Does he need to be wary of the white running back down the table towards the corner that he's standing over, or will it come off just a fraction wider than
No,
that?
I think it spreads more. He's almost looking to stun play it to make sure it doesn't. That was very, very close, but no good. So Adam Shaw now. Two easy looking balls.
Hanging in there.
Spat out nicely too. Didn't stay in the pocket, which some people do. There we go. It's still on. 12-5 Adam Lilly leads, but Adam Shaw winning that last frame. Mike, I need to ask you a question.
Hit me.
How much now do you want the single ladies in the room to make noise?
Quite a lot. I mean, that's not just now though, John, that's just in general. Single man myself, so if the single ladies want to make some noise, be my guest.
Hello, at your boy. I'm spoken for, so I can't, unfortunately I can't get with that, so...
You can still wingman for me,
still,
John.
yeah. I can still be your boy on the side though, to help you in that respect.
Yeah, mate, the single ladies out there, if they just want to slide into the chat on YouTube, be my
Get in your
guest.
DMs.
Let's, see what direction we can take this commentary in, eh? And that is not
I reckon
an
that'll be
invitation
rubbish. It'll be
to
rubbish.
Gary to ask for Lady Mike. This is something different, Gary.
I like how you made that crystal clear as well. You don't want him sliding into Lady Mike's DMs. You actually want somebody to speak to you about it.
Absolutely.
Are you talking about this here, by the way, Gary? That's a really good question or comment that you've made. And then there's a rubbish comment you've made too after that. But hey, good with bad.
It was my own fault for bringing it back up, probably.
Is that for this year? How the worlds have been canned? I really hope not, because hopefully we're in a better position with COVID-19 now, where you can actually play a tournament like that. The first thing you need to do if you're going to do that is host it in a country that isn't COVID affected so much. Like New Zealand would be a prime place to hold it.
I mean, we're very lucky
fairly well
at the moment.
Ooh, that's not a foul, is it? They're not going to foul him for that, are they?
You're interested to see what happens there, because that
He's-
moved quite a bit. I know Adam and Adam are good mates, so I know that wasn't intentional. I imagine it wasn't deliberate, but
There was a bit of sausage fingers there, though, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We've seen it happen in one other tournament. Somebody trying to brush a table and flicking the ball. Danny Bowen at the 2018 National Peers singles doing that.
oh no.
But no, I'm actually happy that there was no foul called on that, because there was no intention at all to move that 8. And
Oh, that's it. And I mean, you
Yeah.
can get super fussy about those sort of things if you want, but I think in the spirit of these games, you know, these guys want to beat each other on their own merits, not on technicalities. So good to see them getting on with it. Has he got the angle here, John? You think to maybe slide over and get underneath that yellow that's tied up by the red? It looks like
well,
he does.
yes, or that second option is to bump the red out of the way. If he's got a shot on this yellow, you bet your bottom dollar on him taking it. I don't even know if he does, though. It certainly doesn't go past the one in the middle of the table to the corner, and I don't think it goes past the one next to it either, so I think he's just run out of luck slightly on this. Is he going to go for a combination shot, though?
How do you like it? No,
I liked it, but not enough.
just left the door open.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'd love to see that. I'd watch that on repeat if I could. Gary, nothing to do about Simon, because I love him, but that would be so funny.
Oh, absolutely.
Bit of Schadenfreude there to laugh at a professional player's silly mistakes.
Just looking to keep it tight here. Red's pretty well positioned, so doesn't need to rush it or force the issue. He's definitely still got a couple of problem balls with the Reds that are a wee bit tight to rails. As we've seen all weekend, these rail shots have been playing tricky, so it should be sort of, again, like we saw earlier, keep it tight and wait for a good opportunity.
Bang.
Wow,
Have
again,
some of that. The doubles have been good.
We touched on that earlier as well, and even if you think you've left it safe, guys of this calibre, they can still punish you.
Is that yellow on past the red?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. I think he would have taken it if it was.
So I think he's actually going to try and get back underneath it to play to the middle.
Look out. No, it's all right.
Has he cut off that corner from the red, or do you think it still squeezes inside that yellow just?
I reckon that's still on. I think there's a big enough pocket for that red to be on. Not right now, of course, but a few shots time if Adam Shaw can get himself a go at it. I don't think that was on in any way, shape or form. I reckon that's a mental omission there. I don't... unless he was deliberately trying to make that yellow ugly, I think he's had a bit of a brain fade there.
Good chance for Adam Lilly now. One good pot here.
Let's do it.
So yeah, Adam Lilly just in
white
these
line
last couple
fever.
of frames dropping off and struggling to get over the line, and still a couple of frames to go. He's not even on the hill yet. So Adam Lilly now probably just needs to try and refocus himself and sharpen up, because you know, you definitely you want to win on form. You don't want to stumble over the line, because that never carries very well into the next match. So do we think Adam's
That's
trying to set up for the skill shot here? I think he wanted to leave it a bit shorter.
Yeah, he's overshot that, but you know what he's done here? If he's still... I reckon he should be looking down table. Take the red down the other end of the table and try to get that other red on the rail out. That's the shot. Oh, how did that pop out?
He's got the red out perfect, but unfortunately it's been at the expense of the pot.
That's that margin, isn't it? He actually cued that really nicely, but half a mil out and it just jaws so much.
I think the hardest thing with the light white is that as soon as you really hit it hard with a bit of side like he did there, it really throws it offline quite a bit. So very difficult to play the small white powerfully with side spin.
Well, he's taken all the risk out of it there, as Adam was getting stuck behind the reds. And that's beautiful control. What a shot. It looks simple, but decide to control it like that. Wonderful. Down goes the 8, so he's on the hill. 13-5 to Adam Lilly over Adam Shaw. So how many more frames are we going to have? Will it be 1? Or will it be 9? Or will it be a number in between?
Very difficult.
Oh, it could be one after that.
Just going to say, it's just so difficult for Adam Shaw just to try and keep his head in a good space now. When you're this far behind and your opponent's on the hill, you're trying to tell yourself to stay focused in the match and give yourself a chance, but I think deep down you know that it's going to be near impossible to be able to come back from here.
That yellow going in at the end as well was almost like a laugh in the face, wasn't it? He actually got 2 of them off the break. That hurts when you're going off.
It's just the way it goes, you know. It's like you spend all day, you know, getting good spreads and controlling the white and not sinking the ball. And then the second you pot a couple of balls, down goes the white. So it just hasn't been Adam Shaw's day. And unfortunately, pool is that sort of game. You know, it's pretty fine margins, and there's often not a big difference between playing really well and playing poorly. And yeah, it just unfortunately hasn't quite come off for him today.
That was fascinating. I reckon he moved that black deliberately so he could take the rack away. That's how specific that last shot was. So it took a while actually to play the shot, but once he figured out what he wanted to do, he executed it very well, and then could move the shark rack because the 8 was sitting on it. Is that what you saw, Mike?
Yeah, I think as much as anything, just trying to make a bit more space and room between the balls down there, just so that they're not too tight together. So I think the key ball on the reds here is the red, there's 2 reds close to 2 yellows. It's the one highest of the 2 that's probably going to need to be played to the middle pocket. I think just making sure you get yourself on that one.
Play for it now. I think it's the other red. The other red looks on of those 2 now to the bottom of your screen. If that red's on, then that's the one you play for me to be on that trouble red.
Yeah, he just wanted to clear one of the 2 on the right-hand side of the table first, because again, he didn't want to be playing the 2 balls on that side of the table last. He wanted to take one of them, take these 2, and then come back over for that other one last.
Bounce, bounce.
Ooh, and he's just maybe just trying to be a little bit too cute with that shot. I wasn't sure it actually needed that done to it.
I don't think he liked the idea of just stunning it and leaving the white there for it. I think always in his mind was to move the red.
And definitely when you're playing well, you go for those shots.
Oh, look out.
Oh,
No, he's gotten away with that. He's really gotten away with that.
Jeez, he didn't play that well, but it looks like he left himself a nice pot down the rail and should be able to leave himself a good cut on the black afterwards.
Just needs to roll this in, doesn't he? Doesn't need to do anything special with this. Oh, what the confidence. The confidence on that shot was just brimming, wasn't it? Wasn't satisfied with just putting it in at walking pace. He banged it in and stunned the white back out. And that's actually, I think, a better shot on the black than he would have had. So this now for the match. No, and he's left a pocket. Adam Shaw, how good are you? Adam Shaw, how good are you? One ball away from being eliminated, and now's your big chance. It's unlucky that he didn't move the 8, but there's still a pocket there. There's still hope. Cling on to it. Oh, well hit. Has he actually gotten on that problem, yellow? No, but he's still well on them. As long as he can leave himself reasonable shots, he'll be fine. Just needs to keep running them in. Ooh!
Lovely use of the jaw.
Do you want to give him a clap for that?
Not I'll clap for it, but hey, whatever works.
Taking it now. Oh, he didn't get the pot. And that is pretty much just serving it up on a plate.
Sums up the match.
That's unfortunate because the intent was there and the shot looked there, but it wasn't. And Adam Lilly's taken the game 14 frames to 5 over Adam Shaw. He is your first finalist.
Partners, 3 times in a row winners of the Canterbury Pairs. So it was to see them playing against each other was really, really tough. But look, Adam Shaw, the Shaw thing, commiserations. Adam is also on the committee and puts in a huge amount of work here. So like, put your hands together for Adam Shaw. And it was pretty obvious to see the determination from Adam Lilly after last year. determination to get across the line on this match. Played some great pool. Put your hands together for Adam Lightning Lilly. Good luck for the rest of the matches, guys. 1:15 will be the next money shot. Keep your tickets handy. There's still tickets available to buy. And come and see me or any other of the committee members. Well worth it.
Joined by the two Adams after a fantastic first semi-final. Adam Shaw, coming to you first. I mean, there's not too much to say. I'm sure you're going to be thoroughly disappointed. I mean, what were your thoughts? It seemed like your break from yesterday, that sort of abandoned you a little bit today. Had a few dry breaks.
I think everything abandoned me today, to be honest. Just couldn't get going. Just all departments of the game weren't there. But fair play to Adam, you know, he's still got to do his side of things, and he did well. So wish him luck going into the final. I'm sure he's going to do well. I'll be cheering him on from the side, and yeah, I'm confident that he'll be able to do it in the final, whoever he's playing.
Adam Lilly, fantastic performance. Got to be pretty happy with all departments of your game at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel nervous, but like I have so much respect for Adam, and we played pairs together. And I remember the first day that he moved to New Zealand, and we all saw him in the Kashmir Club, and I was the first one to say, "Wow, you know, this guy's something special." And not only a great player, but a great person. I can't really believe that scoreline, to be honest. It's obviously a shame that like Adam didn't really get firing, but got to take it. And I feel strong mentally. I didn't really let much get to me. I was a bag of nerves at the end then, so I was wondering, like, it's one frame, like, just get over the line. But then every frame that Adam wins, I'm thinking, God, don't let this happen, like, don't let him back into it, because I know how good he is, and like he's so capable of just reeling off like 10 frames in a row without missing, pretty much. Like, I've seen it. He's an unbelievable player. But yeah, that was amazing to get through that, and an honour to play Adam. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it seems like the shot clock really, the 30-second shot clock really suits your style of play, because you're so quick, and it's very rare that we ever see you getting flustered as the seconds go down. So the format really suits your quick style, you think? Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm going to be really relaxed in the final now. I know it. Like, not just because like you're in the money, but it's more just like that for me then was like one of the biggest matches I've ever played. Like, being overseas and played some big stuff, and pressure-wise, I think I wasn't as nervous in England at the World Snooker Championships as I was just then. Like, yeah, just really, really happy to get to the final, and now I can just let loose and hopefully get firing and Lightning Lilly reel off a few frames, hopefully. Put some under pressure.
Obviously, you've got a few hours break now. Who would you rather beat, Simon or Baden in the final?
I don't mind. Both of them, like, in the past, like, both of them have had my number and kind of been like mentors. They've given me shit for years, you know, both of them, and but I respect them both hugely as players and people. I wouldn't mind playing either of them.
Fantastic. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back with the second semi-final, Simon Singleton versus Baden Jackson, just before 2 o'clock.